Welcome everyone. Imagine a family where every member has magical powers, and they all help each other. But in that family, there's one girl who doesn't have any magic. Still, she believes she can fix everything. There is this recent movie called Encanto. At the start, we see a girl named Mirabel, sitting with her grandmother Alma. Alma tells a story to Mirabel about how a tragedy completely changed her life. Alma and Pedro used to be a couple. They had 3 children, but after a while a war broke out during that time. Because of this, Pedro and Alma had to leave their home. Pedro saved Alma and their babies, and stayed behind to protect them. Sadly, Pedro sacrificed his life. Because of this, a miracle happened, and Alma received an amazing gift, a magical candle. It became so powerful that Alma got a magical house. Along with that, a whole town was protected by this miracle. That house was named Casita. The magical candle blessed every family member with special powers. Now it was Mirabel's turn. When she was a child, the next day she went to receive her gift from the magical candle, with her grandmother watching. The story then shifts to the present time, where Mirabel has grown into a big girl who is quite cheerful and mischievous. She steps out of her house, and the other kids ask her how she remembers her family members and who exactly is in her family. Mirabel then introduces her whole family. This is her magical house, called Casita Madrigal. Her grandmother had 3 children, Yulita, Peppa, and Bruno. Her mother Yulita had the power of healing people. The food she makes can cure anyone's illness. Both Peppa and Yulita's husbands were normal men who became part of this magical family. Peppa has 2 daughters, Luisa, who is extremely strong and helps people all over the town, and Isabella, who has the power to make plants and flowers grow everywhere she goes. Along with them, Dolores, Camilo, and Antonio also have powers. Dolores can hear things from far away, while Camilo can change his appearance. Antonio was still waiting to receive his power. Today was the day his gift would finally awaken. Later the kids asked Mirabel again, "What about your power? What gift did you receive?" When Mirabel tells them she never received any magical gift, the children become silent. That means Mirabel is the only member of the Madrigal family without magical powers. Even though she didn't receive a gift, Mirabel still loved her family very much. She always hoped that one day she might get another chance, and the magical candle would bless her too. But everyone else often ignored the topic. Later, Mirabel goes to Antonio's room and meets him. Antonio is nervous and scared about whether the magical candle will give him powers or not. Mirabel comforts him and tells him he is special and that he will definitely receive a wonderful gift. Meanwhile, people from the whole town arrive at the house to watch Antonio receive his gift. Antonio asks Mirabel to walk with him so he won't feel scared. Mirabel remembers her own ceremony when she was young, when she touched the door but never received the magical room. Because of that, some people in the family believed she was not special. Now it was time for Antonio's ceremony. When he touched the door, the magical candle blessed him with the power to talk to animals, which made him very happy. Everyone started celebrating his new gift. The whole family gathered to celebrate Antonio's gift and take a family photo, but Mirabel felt left out. Meanwhile, Mirabel noticed something strange happening in the house. She saw cracks appearing in the walls. She quickly ran to tell her grandmother that the house was breaking, but when everyone checked, nothing was wrong. Because of this, Alma became angry and accused Mirabel of ruining the celebration. Later Mirabel walks away sadly. Her mother Yulita tries to comfort her, saying everything will be okay, but Mirabel insists that she really saw the cracks in the house. She decides to find out the truth herself. She goes to the magical candle room, where she hears her grandmother praying and asking her late husband Pedro to help protect the family and the miracle. Mirabel realizes that something is definitely wrong with the magic of the house. She decides that she must fix the problem somehow. She thinks that Dolores might have heard something because of her special hearing. Later during dinner, everyone sits around the table while the family talks about upcoming visitors. Grandma Alma says that soon people will come to see Isabella, and the family must prepare for her engagement. Meanwhile, Mirabel goes to talk with Luisa and asks her if she noticed anything strange. Luisa admits that since yesterday, she has been feeling weak and unable to lift heavy things like before. Hearing this makes Mirabel more worried. Luisa hugs Mirabel and hopes everything will get better soon. Luisa then tells Mirabel that the last time the house was in danger, Bruno had a vision about it. If Mirabel wants answers, she needs to find Bruno. But Bruno was banished from the house many years ago, and no one talks about him anymore. To discover the truth, Mirabel secretly enters Bruno's old room. Inside the room, everything is filled with sand. Mirabel falls down and sees thousands of stairs leading upward. Somehow she manages to climb them. At the top, she finds pieces of a magical vision crystal. When Mirabel looks closely at the vision, she sees something shocking. The vision shows that the house will break apart, and strangely, Mirabel herself is connected to the destruction of Casita. Later, Dolores overhears Mirabel talking about Bruno and the vision. During dinner, she accidentally reveals everything to the family. Everyone becomes frightened and confused. Grandma Alma becomes worried. After hearing about the prophecy, Mirabel continues searching for answers and finally discovers that Bruno never actually left the house. He has been secretly living inside the walls all these years. When Mirabel finds Bruno, he tells her he stayed hidden because his visions often cause trouble for the family. Mirabel asks him to look into the future again so they can understand what is happening. At first, Bruno refuses because he stopped using his powers, but Mirabel convinces him to try once more. They go to Antonio's room because there is enough space there to perform the vision. Bruno begins the ritual, and the future appears again. The vision shows that the fate of the house depends on Mirabel. The miracle could either be destroyed or saved because of her. Mirabel realizes she must fix the problems in the family. She goes to talk to her sister Isabella. The two sisters finally open their hearts to each other and hug. After they reconcile, Isabella discovers a new side of her powers and begins creating many different plants and colorful flowers. While the sisters are happy, the candle's flame begins to stabilize. But when Grandma Alma finds out about Mirabel's actions, she becomes angry and blames Mirabel for destroying the family's magic. Their argument grows louder, and the entire town hears it. Suddenly, the house begins to crack and collapse. The magical casita starts falling apart. Mirabel runs to save the magical candle. She tries her best to protect it, but the house completely breaks apart, and the miracle disappears. Later, Mirabel walks alone to the river, where the miracle first appeared many years ago. There, Grandma Alma finally apologizes and tells Mirabel the full story about Pedro's sacrifice and the pressure she felt to protect the miracle. Mirabel forgives her grandmother, and they return to the family together. Bruno also reunites with the family. Mirabel explains that what truly matters is not the magic, but the love and unity of the family. Soon the whole town comes together to help rebuild the house. Everyone works side by side, and slowly the house is rebuilt again. Finally, when the house is complete, Mirabel places the final doorknob on the front door. As soon as she does, the magic returns, and Casita comes back to life. The whole family is reunited, and their miracle is restored once again. And with that, this beautiful magical family story comes to an end. So guys, let me know how you like this magical movie. Alright then, see you all in the next movie. Until then, bye.